basically tonight at our school board meeting, we did not have an official meeting. We recognized and acknowledged students for Students of the Month, both in the elementary and the high school, and we had some dialogue about some educational academic programs.
Is there anything you want to add about that?
Not at this time.
With what happened over the weekend, if there's anything you want to comment on about that?
Not at this time. I think we had everything covered as well in regards to that, too, through the paper.
My schedule right now includes 7th and 8th grade general music, independent piano lab, as well as AP music theory. The proposal is to move the elementary band position, which right now consists of 2 through 6 general music and 5th and 6th grade band, over to a elementary health and phys ed position. And then in turn, I would be taking over the 5th and 6th grade band, which would make me the 5 through 12 band director.
Okay, so in other words, there is somebody now that's taking care of those from the 2nd grade up, as you mentioned.
Correct.
Okay, so you're actually, in a sense, eliminating that position and making it, and putting in instead the health and PE.
That is correct, yes.
So in other words, everything's really starting, instead of down in the 2nd grade, it's going to be starting in 5th grade.
Yes.
Okay, at least formal education. When it comes to
as far as formal music education by a specialist, it would not occur until they would, if the student chooses to pick up an instrument in 5th grade. Well, right now, AP courses are traditionally small because they are structured for people who would want to take the AP exam and possibly go on an education in that field. Right now, I have 2.
When we're saying AP, we're talking about
advanced placement. That is correct. Right now, we have 2 students in my AP music theory course. I have 7 students in piano lab this semester, which of course we can only hold 8 because of limitations of the keyboard lab, and I have I want to say around 35 students that are in the band classes, as well as my around 20 students that are in each of the 7th and 8th grade general music classes. Well, currently, the way we have 5th grade and 6th grade only, with dropping 4th grade, 5th grade band would be our starting band, and 6th grade would be our traditional 2nd year band. So we would have to get students somehow to be scheduled to be brought over for lessons once a week or once per 6-day cycle, whatever the schedule would be for next year in the elementary. And I would assume the administration wouldn't be pulling out of core subjects or tested subjects, but that from what I've had with my meeting with Mr. Waite, that is in the realm of possibilities. This Miss Steely's, or the Kayla Steely, our elementary instructor, she put in her resignation. I can't remember if it was a Thursday or Friday, but it wasn't last week or the week prior. And then last Tuesday, I was called down to the superintendent's office to be informed of this proposal that was talked about at the workshop the previous night. Last Tuesday, I was informed of the administration's plan to change our elementary music position into an elementary gym and health position. As you may know, there have been countless studies that show correlation between music classes in school and students having a higher IQ score. A 2006 study by the American Psychological Association shows that taking music lessons in childhood was a significant predecessor of a higher IQ in young adulthood and a history of better high school grades. For the younger children, the study found a positive association between music lessons and higher school grades and higher scores on achievement testing in mathematics, spelling, and reading, and that a student that has 6 years of lessons was associated with an increase of an IQ of 7.5 points compared to with children that did not have the same amount of musical instruction. This has a direct correlation to the students here at Shenandoah Valley. Of my students that received a class rank, which are in grades 9 through 12 only, 40% of the band ranks in the top 10% of their class, and 60% of the band ranks in the top 20%. All of the band students in the senior class are in the top 23% of their class, with all but one having a cumulative average above 100%. Moving this position would also put a strain on the music department as a whole. Currently during the school day I teach independent piano lab, AP music theory, 7th and 8th grade general music, and 7th through 12th grade band. After school ensembles include band, marching band, and jazz band. Adding 5th and 6th grade band would require planning over 8 grade levels of band, in addition to all of the planning for the regular school day. Yes, there is the option of cutting some of the electives in the high school that the high school offers, but this would in turn lower the options for students in the high school. There is not one public school in this county that has one teacher that teaches 5 through 12 band, in addition to having them teach all the general music and elective courses at the high school level. Some of you may remember back in April of 2013 when the high school band director was unable to perform his duties at the time, and the elementary director, Emily Volek, tried to take care of both of the elementary and high school positions at the same time. That was very quickly found to be impossible, and the superintendent at the time, Dr. Rakowski, called me and asked if I could come in and help get the band through concert season and the rest of the school year. We should not have to relive history. We know that the scenario of having one music teacher in the district does not work. The numbers have only grown since Emily Volek and Kayla Steele have taken the reins of the elementary band program. The students are now even more excited to learn and grow as musicians since we hosted the district orchestra last month. These students went to strive to earn a spot in these top ensembles since they have a first-hand experience of what they sound like. Multiple students now take private lessons to help them achieve this goal. Between football games, parades, competitions, and concerts, the band is the most visible aspect of this school to the public, reaching hundreds, if not thousands of people throughout the school year. I would hope that the administration and board would not approve a motion that would negate the progress that has been made over these past years of having multiple music teachers in the district.
First, I won't disagree with anything Mr. Chapek said about the study and the research. Not going to do that because I don't disagree with it. I believe that's accurate too. One thing I know that's a little misleading as far as the SPP. You don't get a score in the SPP for an AP theory music. It's only the 4 content areas that you get the credit for the AP part of that. So it would be obviously science, social studies, mathematics, and English. That's what's counted in the SPP score as far as getting credit for having AP courses. Okay. With that being said, I don't disagree about band visibility. I've been here a very short time. I've seen that. I came to the District 10 Orchestra presentation. As I said, those students had music game. I'm not looking to get rid of music. I'm looking to help expand our opportunities for our students in the elementary as well. I know what this gentleman can do and does. We want to continue with the 5th and 6th grade instrumental music program. Mr. Choplik talked about his schedule. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to not talk about it long though. He's correct in what he teaches, but he has maybe several of those classes that an independent lab that he may have 1 or 2 students in it. One for the first semester, one for the second semester. We could do some scheduling with that and creative scheduling to open up periods for kids when they schedule those types of things. He has independent classes where you might have keyboarding going on. There may only have 7 or 8 kids in there, and he's limited because of the instruments he has, the keyboards he has, if I'm not mistaken. Would that be correct? Is that correct?
We have 4 that can split to 8.
Yeah. So we could buy a couple more of those and so that we have those kids who are taking those independent labs then can go over in those classes and the class numbers. Instead of having 6 or 7 in there, he could have more than that. His largest class sizes he has are the general music classes. Okay? But those are average around 20. Every other class size he has is less than 10. So, there are students in the elementary, 5th, 6th grade, that are in orchestra and band right now, or that are taking instrumental music. We want to continue that. We believe with his schedule, we can do that. And I believe in him. I believe in what he can do. That would give us an opportunity to provide health and PE to our elementary students. We don't offer right now health and PE in the elementary at all. We don't have health and PE for our elementary kids. So we have kids that don't know, and there's research and study here that I can read about the benefits of health and PE for our kids in the elementary. Currently now, our teachers, elementary teachers, teach health and PE to our students. So that, you know what that means? That means they are teaching less science, math, social studies, and English. Because they have to take them to the gym and take out of their day to do that, or they have to take out and do health and PE for the health part of the component of it. We have students who don't know how to get along dynamically, socially, physical movement, motor movements. Those types of things are studies as well. The only thing that happened here was we had someone who resigned. This would not have been a thought at all if it wasn't for that situation. We have an opportunity now to help our students even more. We can get the best of both worlds. I have somebody I know can do the job 5th through 12th grade. We can put it in his schedule. I believe it's there to fit now. He has it now. He can do it. Is that going to be, it was all within the context of the day. All within the context of the day. And then we get the benefit of getting kids from kindergarten, because right now we don't offer general music to the kindergarten students either. But we'll be able to, because of the way we can schedule the health and PE, we can get PE all the way from kindergarten through 6th grade, and health through 3rd through 6th grade. All important things that we don't have right now. Gives our teachers more time to go back in the classroom and do what they need to do, teaching those content areas, science, social studies, ELA, and math. This was a win-win situation. I have a very competent person. I know what he can do. I believe we can do that. Is it a challenge? Yes. Is it one I know he can reach? Most certainly. But then we get a win because we get something else to help service our kids as well in this district. And I think of the whole district. I'm not trying to just think of the high school or the elementary. I'm trying to think of how we can help the whole district. Okay?
Hey, I don't like to use the microphone. I'm Jordan Franco. Hey, hi, hello. I think of all these people, I've only ever met you. I hope you can hear me in the back, because I don't like having my back to these people, because these are the people I'm here for. I've known him for 3 years. I got a phone call 3 years ago in August from Bob Novak, Shenandoah. I graduated from Westchester University, and I studied with Bob when I was in high school. And he said, "Hey, Jordan, would you like to teach the drumline at Shenandoah Valley?" I said, "Sure, why not?" I had no experience. I just graduated from Westchester with Eric back there. So being in that band, him and I got to see the amount of influence that a band of that caliber and size, and for those of you that don't know, the band exceeds 350 members. So him and I have firsthand experience seeing what a well-tuned, well-oiled machine can do to the community, to the effect on the students, the kids. I was a part of it for 2 years, and him even longer than that. When I first started here, I never really understood what I was getting myself into until I met some of those kids back there who were mine. I have 9 kids in the drum line, and we have over 40 kids in the entire band this year. Let me explain one thing to you that I think has been lost. I know that you know he can do that job. I know he can. I've known him for 3 years. We have the same degree. Different colleges, same degree. I know he can teach 5th through 12th. There's a difference between being able to do it and being able to do it well and at the same quality. The quality will suffer. We can all say that the quality won't suffer. It will. I'm sorry to say it, it will. I'm a teacher. I'm not full-time yet. My wife is a teacher. She is full-time. I witness her come home every day and do hours of paperwork every day. She only teaches 4 grades. He does 6. You want to add 2 more in there to 8? I don't know how you could double the amount of paperwork. I understand we can condense classes, and I'm not up here to debate with you anything that was said about the quality of education that you're trying to provide for the elementary school. And even if this did happen, which I hope certainly does not, you might not see the change next year or the year after or even the year after that. But I see a bunch of 7th and 8th graders in the back there. Could you please raise your hands for me? I see the Bells, I see Jackie, I see Jesse. Those are the ones that are going to be affected. I see 7th and 8th graders back there who I've come to know and really, really enjoy being around over the last 3 years. Those are the students that this is going to affect. Because when the program suffers from him being under too much pressure to do too many things, when the numbers go down and the quality decreases, let's be real, it's 2017. Everywhere you look, the arts are getting cut. And God forbid, if he leaves, what are you going to do? How can you justify to those kids out there who have poured their heart and soul into this program for a year or two, and see upperclassmen that are auditioning into honors programs. Rocket Wagowski and Caitlin Karpovich is here. I see her back there, who you gave a very emotional speech to. I was here for it at the district orchestra concert, and I thought you were very well spoken on how important the arts are, and I don't doubt that you believe that wholeheartedly. I do. But in 3, 4, 5 years, they will be the ones that will suffer. And I don't think that that's a very good thing to do. I think the program and the community here really care about this program. We have an amazing group of band parents, and a lot of them are here. And I truly think that this will be a day that we can look back on in several years from now and say, well, this won't be what stops it, but this will be the first step in the wrong direction to see this program go in the decline. And I don't want to see that happen. That's why I've come up here today to speak.